for us. This is how it works. Our lovely assistant, oh, here she is, Amanda, is going to walk around with a hat full of numbers. So the way this works is that you pick a number, and everybody has a number. We have 10 soups tonight, which is actually a great selection, right? Last year we had like 20-something, which gets a little overwhelming, whatever. So anyway, so you will pick a number, and then we will proceed with the telling of the soup, which is a basically a sell your soup kind of moment. So if you pick number 1, you will be first up to tell the story of your soup. It's told, you know, kind of sell it, tell it what it's about, what's in it, what's done, is it vegetarian, is it not vegetarian, so on and so forth. So we'll go through the telling of the soup, and then the way that this works is that after the telling of the soup, everybody talks about their soup, then we begin the picking of the soup, which is basically if you're number 1, you walk around and you pick 1. And then you wait for everyone else to pick, and then you walk around and you pick your second one. So by the time you leave here, you will leave with 6 different soups in theory. So, grab a number, grab a drink, and we will begin the telling of the soup.
So, I was inspired this year, having never been here, to do a dessert soup, which apparently has never been done before in the soup swap. So I decided to take a recipe from a guy by the name of George Duran, who is part of the Food Network, and it's made with Ghirardelli chocolate, bittersweet chocolate, and is meant to be either warmed or eaten at room temperature. You can do it in a cordial glass, or do it in a bowl and garnish it with mint, a little raspberry, and then these wonderful bittersweet chocolate dip biscottis that we've included as well, which were not homemade, but perfect accoutrement. So this is the chocolate dessert.
Wow, very nice.
Well, Roy's going to talk about the chili, but I'm going to talk about the chili recipe and how it came about. So here's just a yellow bow, just, you know, marker. But this chili won Best Chili of Federal Way. And yes, Roy made it a year and a half ago when he was with his ex-girlfriend. Who was a bit of a
chili maker.
But he made the soup for them. They got in a fight. She took this soup to the contest, won the contest, took the prize, and the prize money. Served with homemade cornbread made by yours truly with love.
This is called Roberta and Sean's Peanut Butter and Pumpkin Soup.
So, first thing you have to do is you have to put on the appropriate music, and I've made suggestions. You're not locked into that, but they're highly recommended. How to heat the soup, but don't boil it. You chop the chives, you open the wine, light the candles, dim the lights, you boil the soup, serve with the sour cream, chopped chives and croutons, and then you have wild sex on the dining room floor. That is also highly recommended.
We split a half a cow with Paul, which culminated in many, many cuts of said cow, including things like soup bones, stew bones, steak, so on and so forth. So I ended up with piles of stock soup bones. So I made homemade beef stock, which then turned into this caldo de res, Spanish beef soup, because for the life of me, I wanted to find something other than beef barley. So the caldo de res is a really lovely beef Spanish soup. Some beef, some tomatoes, some corn, potatoes, zucchini, carrots, a wee bit, un poco jalapenos. It is very nice.
Basically, this in the little food saver bag is Calvados, and you depth charge it into soup just before you serve it with a little bit of sour cream and chives, and then somebody else drives home. Yeah. Calvados is apple brandy. So
that won't freeze together, will it?
well, I don't think the apple brandy will actually freeze, but it will stay with.
Okay.
So basically, when you heat it up, you just put it into the bowl, put a little bit, you depth charge it, and then float the cream on top, and it's really good.
It's delicious, healthy, organic, vegetarian, and cruciferous. I learned a new word today.
What does that mean?
And it means it's part of the mustard family.
It's plants that grow in a cross at the bottom, and they have cancer-fighting agents in them.
Here to represent the sweet and spicy chicken stew, which I was trying to make up some kind of story about my Norwegian relatives going to Thailand and picking up like spices and then like replacing the blubber with the chicken. But that didn't work out. So, what we have here is a sweet and spicy stew. It's got a lot of like light coconut milk and cardamom and chili pepper. So it is a little bit of spicy. It's also got some cornbread muffins on the top, and the entire thing, if you're watching your calories, also comes with a calorie count on the back, if you're interested, because it's kind of low fat, but it's also delicious.
I'm unintimidated by any of you people. You can tell this by my low-key packing
The
With a painter's tape and Sharpie. It stays on in the freezer. All these soups will be unlabeled later. You're going to know what this is in 6 months when you are in the back of your freezer.
Very cool. Very exciting.
Yeah.
Conveniently, it got delivered to my house 2 weeks ago.
I have not yet seen this.
She has not seen this next week. She will be getting it soon, but isn't this wonderful? Slightly used, with soup stains included, in a well-tested, well-documented recipe for minestrone translated to big soup. Is what the translation from Italian is big soup. And not only, while Pam is confident in her soup, I'm confident in my labeling. My labels include photos of my children. Go ahead and deny my children. Our soup it's been around. Everyone knows it. It's comfort food. You can eat with grilled cheese sandwich. It has, like, cancer-fighting agents, right? Lipocines or whatever the heck it's called.
Oh,
There you go. He's a scientist. He'll tell you. Go ahead, Paul. Lycopene.
liposuction. No.
Yeah, it's liposuction.
What is it?
So 9 years ago, I thought we were at the wrong swap because I thought this is a soup swap, but obviously it's diverged into something new. And so, like Michelle said, it's a soup and it's tested, and it's been tested 3 years in a row. I think we've made this one. So I think we really need the cookbook here. You know.
All right, number 1. Number 2.
Picture of the kid.
No, you.
Number 3. Number 4. Yeah, that's now. Number 5 is up. This one. Number 6. That's me. I'm going to go B. Number 7. Number 7 is, there we go. Number 8. I gotta leave the pressure. Number 9. No. And number 10.